This is News 25 with Deanna O'Donnell and Missy Kohler. News 25, local news you can count on. News is brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law. Call 727-9900 today for your free consultation. If you need a lawyer, you need Nelson. News 25 is also brought to you by Silver State Health, Pahrumps exclusive pediatric care clinic. Call 775-505-1214 for an appointment.
We hope you're having a wonderful Monday, May 3rd. I'm Deanna O'Donnell.
Hi there, I'm Missy Kohler. Glad you're here with us tonight.
Well, a 6-year-old girl has drowned on Lake Mead this Saturday. When winds pushed the pool float she was sharing with a friend away from the shore. Nevada Department of Wildlife game wardens received the call around 2:30 and were able to arrive on scene only minutes later. They say that they were able to rescue one of the children but were unable to locate the second child. Her body was recovered by divers from the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department later that evening. Nevada Department of Wildlife wardens also pulled several Good Samaritan swimmers from the water who had attempted to get the two children out. Game warden James Mortimer says it seems harmless, but a pool float is not designed for the lake. The wind on the Lake Mead will take it away and put a person in danger very quickly, and once the wind picks up, there is little chance of anyone swimming out to retrieve the float, no matter how strong of a swimmer you are. The National Park Service says similar deaths have happened every year. Their biggest concern with inflatable pool toys and rafts is that when they become uncontrollable in high winds, they suggest leaving the inflatables at home or tying them to the shore while using them. They also encourage everybody to use a life jacket.
Nye County Animal Control was called to the scene of a dead wild horse this morning. BLM has been called to investigate the cause of the death for the gray mare found off of Dennis Street.
And Marco Torres entered a guilty plea for the 2020 murder of his roommate, Joseph Piper.
On April 4th, 2020, sheriff's deputies were called to a Linda Street address after a 911 call from Piper that had been disconnected. Witnesses told deputies they had heard the two occupants of the trailer fighting and yelling. When deputies knocked on the door, Torres told them to leave. Deputies eventually forced their way into the residence and discovered Piper's body, which reportedly had sustained visible injuries to the head and face. Piper, who suffered from stage 4 terminal cancer, was unable to resist. Torres told deputies that the argument was over a bag of marijuana that Piper had spilled on the floor. Torres went on to strangle his roommate until he stopped breathing. Torres was in court on April 29th for a hearing originally scheduled to play body cam footage of Torres's confession. The defense was planning to argue that Torres was under the influence when he confessed, and that confession should not be admissible. Instead, Torres entered a guilty plea to second-degree murder of his lifelong friend. Under the terms of the negotiation, the district attorney's office will be able to ask the court to impose a sentence of lifetime imprisonment with the possibility of parole after 10 years. Sentencing is set for June 25th at 9 a.m. District Attorney Chris Arabia said that his office is willing to go to the mat on murder charges, and he is pleased to see justice served in this case.
More news right after this break.
You're watching News 25, the most recognized and farthest reaching local news in Nye County. News 25, local news you can count on. This segment of the news is brought to you by Pahrump Veterans of Foreign Wars Post 10,054, open to our veterans and our community. Stop by or give them a call.
Welcome back, and thanks for being with us tonight. Republicans want to trim the cost of President Biden's proposed infrastructure plan. Personal income soared in March, and the sky-high cost of lumber is adding thousands to the price of a new home.
Here's Angela Miles with today's Business First Brief.
Topping our news, it's a big week at the White House. President Biden hopes to find common ground there between Democrat and Republican lawmakers with his spending package. The president's American Infrastructure Jobs Plan totals $2 trillion. Republicans are countering with a $500 billion infrastructure package of their own. Taking a look at the economy, personal income soared 21.1% in March, and consumer spending rose 4.2% as more Americans receive stimulus checks. The National Association of Home Builders is putting a dollar figure on the high cost of lumber and building a home. The association reports that lumber prices up 340% for the past year, adds close to $36,000 to the price of an average new single-family home.
To find out where you can see us every day, go to businessfirstam.com.
Thanks so much, Angela. Well, it looks like Pahrump will be getting a new hotel thanks to the approval made at the April 20th Board of County Commissioners meeting.
Nye County Director of Planning Brett Wagner told the commissioners that the hotel would be an extended stay type hotel, providing longer-term lodging for visitors in town for attractions like front sight firearms training, the golf courses, and Spring Mountain Raceway. Property owner Derek Takara was requesting that the property zone be changed on the 1.2 acres from neighborhood commercial to general commercial. The property is located on Homestead Road behind the Maverick convenience store at the corner of Homestead and Alfalfa. The finished hotel will add room tax to the county's coffers from the 3-story, 37-guest-room hotel. The project was unanimously approved by the commissioners. You can view the artist renderings and plans for the hotel at nyecounty.net/document center.
Another Wild West extravaganza is in the books. The popular annual show drew large crowds to the site of its new permanent home, the Pahrump Valley Museum. Sheriff Sharon Worley says the event offers a wide variety of entertainment for the entire family.
Well, we're having the Wild West extravaganza at the Pahrump Valley Museum and Historical Society, and we've kind of merged together. The Wild West has found a home, and the Historical Society has found people who will work to make this museum grow. It's about keeping our history alive, the history of Nye County, and the history of the Pahrump Valley. We're not moving the facades again. Anytime we were up and running at Saddle West and then at Petrick Park, we had to bring those down, set them up, and at the end of the show, of course, we had to pick them up and move them back. Well, that cost us quite a bit of money, moving those things every time. And so it's good for us and it's good for the museum. We now have a main street for the museum, and we'll start building on that and build some boardwalks and bring in some gravel and also bring in some lighting so that we have lighting down our street on both sides of the street. And the whole idea is to make it a little town that we can have Halloween, we can have a drive-through if we need to, or we can have little shops that people can go look into and enjoy themselves. We put together the show this year in probably a month and a half. We weren't planning on doing it, I was going to tell you that. And then we decided that things started lifting up, and we decided, well, we can put a small show together, give people someplace to go, but you don't have an entry fee. Wild West has always been free. You can come and watch and listen to the music and buy something if you want to and not buy anything if you don't. And the whole idea is to come and have a good time.
The Wild West extravaganza is dedicated to the memory of Carlton McCaslin, probably best known for his role with Shadow Mountain Community Players and Gordon Wicks.
Well, Mother Nature put a damper on this year's Pahrump Balloon Festival, which concluded Sunday at Ian Deutsch Memorial Park. High winds kept the hot air balloons grounded Saturday and Sunday, but we found plenty of people still enjoying the foods, drinks, and carnival rides. Amy, you just moved here from Texas. How do you like Pahrump?
I like it.
Yeah?
I like it.
How are you liking the carnival here right now?
It's been fun.
Yeah? You excited about Balloon Fest?
Yes.
Yeah. Tell me what you like most.
The food.
There's lots of food here, huh?
Yeah.
All right, Ashley, how do you like Balloon Fest?
It's fun. I didn't think there'd be as many rides because typically there aren't rides for Balloon Fest, but we at least get to out of the house and get to do something, so it's great.
What rides do you like best?
The swings. They're my favorite. They've been my favorite for years.
Yeah? Did you get to see the balloons?
No, we didn't come that early.
We're happy here. We're making some money. It's been a long time since we could have an outside fundraiser. I'm here with Seal and Janet, and we're making a lot of margaritas, a lot of Bloody Marys. Everybody's very happy, and it's a good crowd. It's a good day, and things are going well. And the Rotary here in Pahrump will benefit. I think the park layout is great. We have the carnival over there to the left, and we have the balloons over here at the right, and in the middle are the vendors, and they're getting a lot of business. The balloons at night light up very nice.
So much fun. We'll be back with more News 25 right after the break.
You're watching News 25, brought to you by Mountain West Lawyer, Injury Attorneys, 727-9500. News 25, local news you can count on.
Thanks for staying with us. Today is Melanoma Monday, a day set aside each year to help raise awareness about melanoma, which is considered the deadliest form of skin cancer. We spoke with a young woman about how she found out she had melanoma and why it's important to get checked if you notice anything unusual.
For Caitlin Jones, these simple moments have new meaning.
I try to make every single day count.
The mother-to-be was diagnosed with melanoma in 2020. At the time, she didn't think the mole on top of her head could be cancerous, especially since she had it biopsied 4 years earlier. But her husband knew something didn't look right.
My husband, who's quite a bit taller than I am, had noticed that spot was changing, that it was much larger in size and changing color, and he had said, I really think you should go in and have that looked at.
Caitlin was shocked when her dermatologist told her it had turned into melanoma. After processing the news, she met with doctors at Cleveland Clinic.
Scalp skin cancer in general is very common. Other skin cancers can arise there, like squamous cell and basal cell, but we see a fair amount of melanoma in the scalp.
The melanoma was surgically removed, and more than a dozen of Caitlin's lymph nodes were examined. Thankfully, the cancer hadn't spread.
So I do think that had she waited much longer, she could have been toppled into a much worse stage, worse prognosis, and even to be cured, it would have gone through a much more rigorous and intense treatment algorithm.
Caitlin says she's glad her husband pushed her to get checked out and gets emotional thinking about what could have happened had she waited.
I try not to think about it because I know how quickly things can change with melanoma and how weeks and a month can significantly change a diagnosis and prognosis. So, looking back, I was probably right on time.
These days, she's extra cautious when out in the sun and encourages others to do the same.
You get one skin and one life, so take care of it.
At Cleveland Clinic, I'm Erica Foreman.
When it comes to prevention, Dr. Gassman says it's important to regularly apply sunscreen and avoid getting sunburned. UV protective clothing can also be helpful if you're going to be outside for a long period of time.
Well, Labrador Retrievers are known for their energy and playfulness. For today's Save a Pet, Darby O'Donnell introduces us to Fido, a 2-year-old black lab eager to find his forever home.
Hi, I'm Darby here at Desert Haven Animal Society, and today we are joined with Fido. Fido is a 2-year-old black lab. He is gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous black lab. He is the standard size of a black lab, so he's a little bit taller, kind of slinky, has a lot of energy. He's like a pure black, and he has a little white on his chest, just like a normal black lab. So sweet, lot of energy. Definitely needs to have a yard to run around in and to play tennis balls with. Typical lab things. So if you want to come and see Fido or any of his friends here at Desert Haven Animal Society, please give him a call ahead of time to make an appointment. 775-751-7020, or you can always look them up on their Facebook page at Desert Haven Animal Society. Bye, Fido. Bye, you want to say?
News 25 Weather Cam is brought to you by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorney's Office in Pahrump. In a wreck, need a check? Call 702-877-1500.
Hi, it's John Kohler staring out the KPVM weather window at Petrick Park. Man, the wind was really whipping this afternoon. You can see it in the trees there. Oh, it'll calm down here the next couple of days. We'll tell you about the weather this week coming up.
News 25 weather is brought to you by Dairy Council of Nevada. The splash of cream in your coffee, the dollop of sour cream on your burrito, the melted toasty cheese on your pizza. Undeniably delicious, undeniably dairy. Enjoy what's real.
Hi, good evening, Nevada. It's John Kohler from the KPVM Channel 25 Weather Studios. Lovely to see you on this side of the weekend, and I hope you made it through with all kinds of great adventures. Hey, let's take a look at the weather all up and down the state. Fernley, Fallon, Carson City, you're staring at 71 degrees. Not too bad. At least you're in lockstep. Tonopah, 67. You Mavericks, 69 out in Goldfield. It's get down to the southern part of the state. What are you looking at? 80, 85 degrees in Amargosa, 85 in Vegas, Death Valley all the way up to 97. And here in the paradise of Pahrump, where the grass is green, the air is pure, and everything's constantly changing. It's, well, 82 degrees. Beautiful day today, actually. High today of 83. Winds buffeting us at 19 miles per hour. That'll go away tomorrow, the next day. We'll check it out. Sun rose this morning at 5:48 a.m., setting this evening at 7:33 under clear skies. Going to be beautiful stars and all kinds of beautiful twilight tonight. Winds to 12 miles per hour out of the east-northeast. Dying down a little bit as we head into the week. And check this out. Temperatures scooting up on us next couple days. 89-degree high, 94 on Wednesday. Winds pretty moderate at 9 and 11 miles per hour. Looks like we're going to get back to the wind theme on Thursday with 19 miles per hour winds. But look at this clear skies all throughout the week. Temperatures resting comfortably in the mid-80s as we head on into the week. It's going to cool off a little bit next week. But just for a minute, and then we'll be back to summertime. I think that's what it's feeling like around here. All right, back to the desk. It's Missy and Deanna.
Oh, that wind blew this weekend. Did you get the lawn furniture you've been hoping for? You know, just blowing into your yard?
I was hoping for that. You know what I got was like the biggest tumbleweed I've ever seen in my whole life. I was trying to kick it down the road. It kept getting stuck in my fence. Now
it's going to come back to you.
But I did have my sunshades ripped down, and actually I was putting one of them up, and it just ripped right out of my hands.
Oh, no.
But yeah, it was crazy because you know what was so interesting was I heard the wind, and we have a door that makes wind noises. We act like it's the gardener doing weed whacking outside. Yeah. But and then I looked outside and went, oh my gosh, it was like a tornado.
It's pretty bad.
Yeah. So well, that's gonna wrap up this edition of News 25. I'm Deanna O'Donnell.
I'm Missy Kohler. Thanks for watching.
Good night.